Hello and welcome. I am Raziel, and I hope everyone's having a good day today. I hope you're having a good time. I hope everything's going well for you, and I hope everything continues to go well for you. So, in a previous video, my Liber Hereticus book for New Horse Heresy, someone said, Liber Hereticus is garbage. And whereas I always make sure that I never judge anything on quality, unless I've read it, played it, seen it, I thought, okay, that's his opinion. That's good. We can have a discussion. But I need to see it first for myself. And I think this book, on how bad it is, can be sort of summed up. I will be talking about the other legions, but summed up with a single legion. And that is the Emperor's Children. This is seriously... why would you play as Emperor's Children? Why would you play as traitor Emperor's Children would be more exact, because it has two rights of war. One, for either legions, by the way, and one with a loyalist. Why do you say that? And one with a traitor, right? Well, basically it says you can be selected with traitor legions. But why would you? Why would you choose this? Your special rule, by the way. If someone's saying, oh, I'm doing the rights of heretics, and I'm using the Hereticus Emperor's Children, so, I'm going to do this. If your unit, right, a controlling player may choose that a unit becomes stupefied. Again, choose. Why would you choose to become stupefied when it is a target of a shoot and attack? Right. Jeez. After a shoot and attack, that targets a unit entirely composed of models with this special rule, the Lords of Privilegiousity, is resolved. The unit controlling player can choose for the targeted unit. So yeah, by the way, this seems like this is first things first. The controlling player may choose that a unit becomes stupefied when it is the target of a shooting attack. After the shooting attack, that targets a unit entirely composed of models with this special rule resolved. That unit's controlling player can choose for the targeted unit to become stupefied. Now, I'm guessing, because how badly written this is, this means the Emperor's Children player. Again, why would you? Okay, so you get Feel No Pain and you get a Strength modifier. Oh, by the way, you can only do snapshots. You cannot react. And at the end, you must take a cool check for each unit in the army that is stupefied. If it's passed, it's no longer stupefied. Now, the way it's written, I don't know whether or not this is saying whether or not the Emperor's Children can choose it or not. Because why would you? Feel No Pain 6+ and a Strength modifier of 1, you might want to do it if, they might be close enough to charge. But are you going to risk it when you can't shoot for toffee, right? When you cannot do a reaction. So basically, your army's those units are completely nerfed until you pass the cool check, and you got to either say, yeah, I'm going to not be able to shoot properly. I'm not going to be able to react. Why would you choose this? And then there's this. Right, this accounts for 2 of them. This counts for 3 models, by the way. This is one rule counts. It's in all 3 models, but this kind of shows me that GW thinks either tournament players are incredibly stupid or incredibly, how can I say it, callous when it comes to rules. Because it's not in the rules, I can take it, right? It's always saying that you can only take one character, one of each character, right? You can't have 2 horses, you can't have 2 Fulgrims, exactly, right? Kind of a thing that, but because the Fulgrim Transfigured and Fulgrim are 2, like I said, I'm just talking about Emperor's Children right now. I am going to other ones. You actually have this rule that you cannot take Transfigured Fulgrim and Fulgrim. Okay, that makes sense to me, but why is it a rule? And the only reason this should be a rule is because either you're going to get idiots using both because it's not in the rules, they're different models, they're different characters. Which, no, they're not different characters, they're the same character. We have read the books, Or they're that stupid that they don't realise that they're different characters. And that is just, how can I put it? Just the highlight of what VW thinks of the tournament players or meta chasers, and how insidious they are. But they'll try and bend the rules because technically two different characters. When you go, no, they're not. They're not two different characters. And, right. Another thing is Soltavis. Soltavis has a very good gambit. Right, I'll read the Bite of Betrayed. I'll read the bottom part first because this is good. This gambit can only be selected during the first face-off step of a challenge. If this gambit is selected until the challenge ends, modify this model's weapon skill, strength, and toughness by +1. So that brings him up to 7 weapon skill, 5 strength, 5 toughness. Really good stuff. I like that. Let's go. This is where it goes wrong. Absolutely. While a model with a special rule is in a challenge with an enemy model with the Emperor's Children, World Eaters, Sons of Horus, or Death Guard traits, its controlling player can use that gambit. Right. Just wondered if they could be Loyal Death Guard, with Garviel Loken. No, not Garviel Loken. Nathaniel Garrow. It could be Loyalist Death Guard. It could be Loyalist Sons of Horus with Garviel Loken. But no, he still gets to use the Bite of a Betrayed against them. Oh, and if he's fighting Traitor Night Lords, World Eaters, Word Bearers, Iron Warrior, and Alpha Legion, if he's fighting Traitor, it doesn't work. You can't use it against those traitors, but you can use it against Loyalists. Why? Why didn't they just say, while this model has a special rule, it is in a challenge with a traitor model? Instead of making it so stupid that it can work against Loyalists. The whole thing is the little bit of fluff that goes with it. In the opening salvos of the battle that would immortalize Soltavis, he suffered the most grievous wound. This was not a cut of a blade or a bite of a bolt, but the betrayal of those that had long counted as his brothers in arms. That's right. It doesn't really work because you can use it against Loyalist models. Right. Let's go on to some other things. Now let's go on to other ones. And right, finally, for Emperor's Children, I'm just going to finish with Emperor's Children on this one, and then I'm going to go to the other legions. They have their own primary detachment, which is good. By the way, they have their own warlord detachment, which means you can only use it if okay, this is like it has to have a Fulgrim transfigured unit. You figure, right? What model? It says unit. What does it say model? It just says unit. Oh, by the way, high command and command units, because it's all high command and one command unit. Like 3 high command and 1 command unit. Right. High command and command units selected as part of this detachment do not grant access to any additional auxiliary or apex detachments. Why would you even take this? Why? Why would you use that? It's stupid. Right, Thousand Suns. This is a good one. Just so you know, I actually do have a book open on my lap. You can probably hear me rustling the pages. This is good because their Legion Tactica absolutely negates the Gambit. Because why? Why not? Why not indeed? Their Legion Tactica, Cult Arcana. Models with a special rule gain a +1 to their base willpower characteristic and gain the Psycho trait. Right? The Gambit, Prophetic Duelist. If this Gambit is selected, then immediately after the controlling player has made their focus roll in their focus turn, they may choose to replace the result of their focus roll, after modifiers, with this model's willpower, which gives them a +1. Okay? Magnus Red, willpower, that's 12. So, you're not going to use the roll. Azag Araman, 10. So you're not going to use the roll. Magister's Armament, 10. You get the picture, right? And for your basic Space Marine, it's going to be There you go. Nice Palatine. It's going to be 8, right? Why? You wouldn't even choose that. Most of the time, you're just going to go, I'm going to go use my willpower. So the Tactica, but Legion Tactica replaces, completely negates the Gambit. It's absolutely ridiculous. They have lots of good. They have lots of nice psychic powers and stuff like that. They do have one of the most, to give Thousand Suns a bit of credit, because they do actually have one of the best auxiliary detachments, which has no rules attached, which is elites, fast attack, one troop, one fast attack, one elite, and one transport, which is good because it's nice and varied, which is cool. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. So, like I said, but going back to the highlighting the bad bit is. I know I don't really should, because I should talk about the good bit, which is that. But the fact that Tactica literally negates, for the most part, the Gambit, it's just stupid. And then, so I was looking at some other ones here. One thing that is good I like is that all of the Alpha Legion, including Alpharius, they don't have an allegiance. They can be traitor or loyal. I think that's kind of cool, actually. I think that's nice. I think that's kind of cool. I do like that. And their detachment, Apex Detachment, which means High Command, can only be used with a traitor allegiance. It's 2 troops and 2 elites. So, again, this idea, I get it, word bearers are the worst. They're the traitors of the traitors. Everyone who started it all. But it's every time you look at this, it's one of those pictures where you look at it, and every time you look at it, something seems worse than it was before. World Eaters and Emperor's Children get 2 rights of war. Either Traitor 1, which they can be selected as a Traitor 1, or they can have the normal 1. You can stupefy your own army. Why? Because if it was the opposing player choosing it, you'd be stupid. Yeah, they're stupefied now. Yeah, which means no. Lost and Nails, +1 to any setup distance of any setup move. That's cool. Attacks is a +1. Leadership, cooldown, willpower is 10, unless it would be higher, obviously. And subcharge phase, units within 12 inches of any enemy models. That unit must get a charge move. That's quite good. That's good. That's the traitor 1. Non-traitor 1, any turn in this being made of charge mode, models with a special rule get a +1 attack. Okay. I mean, again, why would you not choose the normal one? And why would you choose the normal one when you get all of that? Or the other one, like Lost Nails, all of them get attack +1. Not just because they had a charge. Yeah, you have to charge when they're within 12 inches. But why? Why would you even choose the other one? The Berserker cadre for the, let's say, Loyalist for this one. Troop, 2 heavy assault, and an elite. Sons of Bot, be for a traitor 1. 2 apothecaries, and 3 troops. Again, given what you get for normal troop choices, why would you choose a Loyalist World Eaters when you get so much better stuff? The Gambit, for traitor World Eaters, this Gambit is selected, if the enemy model is removed as a casualty during a strike step, during the subsequent glory step, the controller player gains 2 combat resolution points. You get more points. Happy days. Loyalist, Violent Overkill. If this Gambit is selected, when this model makes an attack during a strike step, if the other model involved is challenged to remove any casualty, any remaining wounds must be allocated to the other eligible enemy models in the same combat. Using them all. No. See? Yeah. See, that's pretty much how close combat's always worked. You know. It's always worked like that. So, like I said, this is a poorly written book. I highlighted The Emperor's Children because it was kind of the worst of the worst. Sol Tarvitz being able to use a gambit which is meant to be against traitors, against loyalists, because for some reason it doesn't work against word bearers, Night Lords, Iron Warriors, Alpha Legion, whether they're traitors or not. But if they're loyalists, Death Guard, World Eater, Emperor's Children, Sons of Horus, fill your boots, it works, right? They're loyalists though. Why? Why didn't it just say traitor? It was such a stupid way of writing the book. Then you have the Thousand Sons Gambit literally being negated by their own special rule of the +1 to willpower, giving them a very good willpower, which half the time you're just going to go, no, I'm not. Why would I do this? Why? Why would you even take the gamble? You know? Harping on why would you choose for your unit to be stupefied? And you can't guarantee you're going to make that roll for a charge, which is what it's going to be needed for the +1 for feeling no pain and +1 strength. And if they are stupefied, you fail that, you're going to be shot to hell and back, even if they get shot during a reaction, by the way. Yeah, they get the feel no pain of a 6+. Whoop-de-doo! Garfield Logan gets a 4+, never dies. Right? I'm going to say a 4+. It's not even a feel no pain. It's a literally never die. Why? This is one of the things that this is what I don't understand, okay? When it comes to other companies, Mantic, Warcradle, Warlord Games, all their games and their rules are really good. They all have the same quality. The only things I find is preference to what you want to play with, scale, genre, etc. Right? That's it. But for some reason, Games Workshop cannot keep this consistent quality even within the same books of the same game. Liber Astartes, very good. Liber Custodes, very good. Liber Hereticus, absolutely god-awful. How is that even possible for the same team to be that inconsistent? Let's look at the games. Like I said, the games, again, Warcradle, Mantic, Warlord, all their games are consistently good. Games Workshop, at the moment, cannot say that. 40k is awful. Horus Heresy is awful. Age of Sigmar, not played it, but I've heard good things. Kill Team, I actually enjoy it. That's a good game. Necromancer's hit or miss. And Blood Bowl, I've not played. Right? But I've not, again, with what I've heard, is hit or miss. But that's not my opinion, that's just what I've heard, okay? So, yet, for some reason, Games Workshop cannot, and I don't know what it is, whether it's some sort of miscommunication within the company, or, they go, right, you guys write this rules, yeah, oh, sorry, we're 40k, we need you to write the rules for Horus Heresy, okay? Or they just go, oh, you guys, oh, you're all Loyalist fans, well, we need you to write the traitor book. Yeah, we're just going to make that as bad as possible. It seems weird to me that Games Workshop would be this way. This is a company that cannot keep a consistency within their own games. The Horus Heresy Saturnine box is, again, it shows a lack of coherency within the company because the models in the box aren't a legal army. The rules, the small set of rules you get, there's one of the armies isn't even legal because it's got veterans with a normal command, which can only work with a high command. Whereas the other side has heavy support. I think that's called heavy assault. Heavy assault, I should say. It's heavy. I think it's heavy support. It's heavy assault. Terminators with a high command. So again, it's as though they don't know what's going on in between their own company. It's absolutely baffling. They need some more coherency within their company, and they probably would end up making better games if that was more coherent within the company. All I can see right now is no one's talking to each other. No two departments are working with each other to make sure everything's working well and nicely oiled and all that. It seems daft to me. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, it's 20 minutes. I'm sorry. It's been a long video. I do apologise. I don't usually do videos this long. Yeah. But Betrayed to Liber Hereticus book is absolutely god awful. It is. If you didn't need it, it wouldn't be a joke. It wouldn't be worse. The fact you do need it to play the game is absolutely worse, by the way. And it's just absolutely. It's just not a good book. Right now, if you want to do any of them loyalists, I would personally, if you were playing me, I'd say these are loyalist Night Lords, but I'm going to be using the Blood Angels, right? Rules for them because it fits. Having 2 sets of rights of war for 2 different legions. Yeah, by the way, even though you got Horus Ascended, they only get the 1 right of war. You got Vulgrim Ascended, you got Angron Ascended. They get 2 rights of war, but Horus doesn't. Yeah, it's absolutely weird and strange. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good time. I hope you've made it this far anyway. And I'll see you all in the next one. I do apologise that some kids just come outside of school and they're having a good time. I live in this council estate. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you wish to save money on your wargaming, such as Mantic, Warlord, check Whaling Games down below for up to 20% off and free delivery after £20, and the bonus points of about 1% as well. There's also my merchandise that's down below as well. There's Forbidden Planet as well, which might be going soon if I can get the next advertiser. Hopefully, if it works. It might be changing tomorrow. Skyforge, friend of mine. I do this pro bono for him. Give him a click. Let's get him a Google algorithm. And finally, Patreon because business. Bye bye.